What could be one reason that somebody decides to rent versus buy? Well, they can secure their rental rate for the next year and not necessarily have any of these ancillary costs such as property taxes and property insurance, homeowners insurance specifically. Hopefully that they're carrying renter's insurance for you as a landlord. But one thing that people have not talked about with these markets that have been going crazy, going bananas, seeing 20+% appreciation in some markets, is some of the after effects, some of the shock waves that might not necessarily be felt for specifically 1 to 2 years in a lot of different cases. And that's what this video is going to talk to you guys today about, is property taxes and property insurance, the ramifications of what this past 12 to 18 months real estate market is going to do to you as a homeowner and a potential home buyer moving into these current conditions in the real estate market. What's up, everybody? My name is Patrick Soukup with Soukup Real Estate Services here in Fort Collins, Colorado. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If what you're looking at doing is learning everything there is to know about Fort Collins, eating, sleeping, playing, real estate, property taxes, and insurance. And if at the end of this video you've enjoyed the content, please consider giving it a thumbs up, comment, and engage. And as much as we like making these real estate videos for YouTube, we are licensed real estate agents and love working with buyers, sellers, and investors for all their real estate needs. So if you're considering buying, selling, or investing, give us a call, text, or email. We've got your back. Without any further delay, let's jump into what it looks like moving forward for the property taxes and property insurance here in Fort Collins, Colorado, and really the rest of the world, or at least the rest of the United States. Enjoy. Alrighty, so we have seen 22% appreciation in Fort Collins specifically since June 30th of 2020 up into the end of November. Why do I use June 30th as a start date? Well, because property values are assessed based off of the prior year's valuations from January 1st to June 30th in that even year. So specifically, our property taxes in 2021 got assessed based off the values that were given to them in 2020 between January 1st and June 30th. They're reassessed every 2 years. You as a homeowner has the ability to go in and discuss with the Larimer County Assessor's Office to tell them about how shitty your property is and why the value should be a whole heck of a lot less than what it is. Well, in the market that we're currently in, that's a really hard conversation because, well, like I just said, we've seen 22% appreciation over the last basically 18 months. So what that means to you is your property taxes here in Fort Collins will go up in tandem. Now, we used to have what's called the Gallagher Amendment. That was removed. So we will see the property tax assessment rate stagnant at 7.15%, which means as your property values increase, so will your property taxes. So you'll expect basically a 22% increase on your property taxes. So if you were paying, which in Fort Collins on average for the average home that was built in 1985, about 2,400 square feet, you would see about a $2,500 property tax assessment. So in 2021 and 2022, you would have seen about $2,200 to $2,400 in your property taxes. So expect those to increase upwards to about $500 a year to $2,700 to $2,900 a year. So not a small amount, basically a little over $40 per month that you would see as an increase to your mortgage payment. So if your mortgage was $2,200, you'll see $2,240 because of that property tax increase. Not a huge dollar figure, but not a small dollar figure either. Now, it is important that you consider, as we have spoke about in previous videos, is Fort Collins expensive when discussing property taxes? Because here in Fort Collins in Colorado, you can expect about a 0.5% property tax rate on your property value. Now, that's not to say that's how they're calculated, but just on average, that is something to expect. So if you bought a $400,000 house, your property taxes are going to be about $2,000 a year. That's just one portion of your mortgage payment. Now, mortgage payments can be made out of up to 5 different things when you are considered, well, even more really, up to 6, but 5 to 6, but really about 4 main drivers for your property mortgage, which is going to be your property taxes, property insurance, and then your principal and interest. Well, we just talked about your property taxes. What about your insurance? Well, when people are discussing about the market, how new construction just can't keep up because there's a labor shortage and they just can't source the materials, and the materials that they are sourcing have had an increase in price because of XYZ reason. And if you're going to have a labor shortage, well, you're going to be paying those people more to be able to retain them and recruit them to work for you. Well, all of those things are increasing the cost of new construction and buying homes. One of the biggest drivers of property homeowners insurance is the reconstruction cost. So if it was going to cost you $300,000 to rebuild your house in 2018, well, that $300,000 could be going up, with inflation 10 to 15%. So instead of having a $300,000 valuation, you're going to see yourself having a $330,000 to $345,000 valuation. And your property taxes, your property insurance premium is going to increase in tandem, about a 10 to 15% increase from what we're discussing with insurance individuals here in Fort Collins. Now, across the nation, that's going to be different, so definitely you're going to want to check out your own geolocation. But here in Fort Collins in northern Colorado, what we're seeing is going to be about a 10 to 15% increase in your property insurance, which for me, we're seeing about you could see about $1,750 to $2,250 a year in premiums in the type of homes, the medium priced homes here in Fort Collins. So again, expect anywhere from basically a $170 increase to upwards of a $220 to $250 a year increase. Now, that's not huge. So between property taxes and property insurance, expect anywhere between a $600 to $800 increase annually, depending on what price point you're at. Now, if you're upwards in $1 million and above, definitely you're going to be seeing yourself paying closer to about $5,000 to $6,000 in property taxes, and your insurance is going to be a whole heck of a lot more. Not only because of the reconstruction value, but because your general liability limits are going to probably be a little bit higher as well. But as an individual looking at the median price home that's about $550,000, these are some costs that you can expect to increase over the next year. So as much as it's been an amazing time for you as a homeowner to see this appreciation of your home go up because of the lack of inventory, because new construction can't keep up because of the materials and labor issues, and your appreciation will in tandem increase your property taxes because that's a direct correlation. Those are two things that you're going to see as an increase over these next 2 years. So definitely reach out and ask, your insurance agent, your local real estate agent, questions about what can we do to decrease our property insurance, or how can we go tell our assessor that the property value is not what they're suggesting that it is. Now, I may be standing outside the door, or that person may suggest, well, if you're willing to sell it for that, I'll definitely buy it. But, joking aside, it is definitely going to be 2 big impacts to one's pocketbook if you are looking at buying, selling, or a current homeowner, especially if you're on a fixed income. So hopefully this information has helped you make a little bit better decision moving forward, whatever that may be. And again, definitely feel free to comment, give me an email, text, especially if you're looking at buying, selling, or investing. We'd love to talk to you. But if you're just looking to talk about the market, always feel free to reach out, comment below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Take care.